She has served on the task force, which was involved in the planning for this school. She is also a current board member, and she is our chairman of our organizing committee. So I'll ask Mrs. Smithers to come forward and start our proceedings.
Honorable members, distinguished guests, fellow board members, district and school administration and staff, students, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of School District 24, I would like to welcome you to the official opening of the school. Would you join myself and the students in singing the Lord Canada, please?
O Lord our God, source of all knowledge and truth, in whom we live and move and have our being. Bless with your divine presence this school, and grant to all who come here the inspiration of your wisdom, that they may live and grow in your love, and find in all created things the revelation of your glory. Through Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior.
So I'd like to introduce our special guest. Center stage is the Honorable Clarence Cormier, Minister of Education. Next is the Honorable Horace Smith. Mr. Robert McCready. The Mayor of Minto, and Mr. Paul is here. Mr. Ross Dickinson. I left the chairman of the school board, District 24, Mr. Alan Chapman. Caissie. Superintendent of Schools District 24 and 25, Mr. John Church. Principal at your school, Mr. Alden Wren. Entry to the choir selection. Students from grade 1 to 6, French immersion.
Thank you.
Chairperson, platform guests, members of the school board, parents, supporting staff, teachers, and the children. The reason why we are here tonight. I'm delighted to be in Minto tonight. This is only my second visit, and I'm sure it's not my last. I was always anxious to come here. They seem to indicate the date for this opening, and it's been delayed a couple of times, but I think we enable the whole school to be better prepared for an event like tonight. I hear a lot of good things about Minto, about the aggressiveness of your hockey team. I know you've beaten Mathieu Martin a couple of times. That's in my hometown. And I hear the arena is always too small to accommodate all the fans. And I also noted that when your team is playing in Moncton, there's always a lot of school buses with a lot of people to cheer and to support your team. And this is a show of good spirit, community support. Minto Elementary and Junior High, ladies and gentlemen, is certainly a credit to your region. And I must congratulate School Board District 24. When they sat down and they planned for this school, I think you have shown exactly what you wanted, not only for now, but for the future. The school is large, 82,000 square feet, that's a large school. It's supposed to accommodate 840 pupils. I don't know exactly how many you have now, but it's supposed to accommodate that. So you have foresight. And what really touched me is when I learned that you had provided space for the handicapped. I think any community who foresees this takes care of its elderly and its handicapped and the people who need special attention. That community is a healthy community. And you have looked after this. So I am very, very pleased to say that these integrated classes are working out extremely, not only here in Minto, but all over the province. And I'm making this kind of I'm going to have special attention for this program. I guess I've always had a special feeling for let's say the underdog, because for 18 years I've been working in the field of alcoholism and drug addiction, and I guess working in clinics, working with drug addicts, working with people with special problems. I guess I have developed that along the way. I'm delighted to be Minister of Education, that naturally, but I will have a special talk for the handicapped. It does good for the whole community. It does good for the so-called normal kids also, normal students, because they have to take care of, to think and to look at themselves and see how lucky they are, because they are healthy physically and mentally, and they can proceed well in life. But in a school like this one, when you have integration, and I hope it will happen, and I'm sure it will happen with all our schools across the province, that I'm sure it will do good to both the handicapped and the non-handicapped. And I want to pay special tribute for teachers who years ago seemed to be a little bit hesitant of the idea, but now they're the ones that are encouraging this to expand and to progress. They also put additional hours and they pay special attention because they have these special classes in their school. There's another area that we have to look also in the gifted children. A lot of parents are talking to me about this. It's okay to take care of the handicapped, those that need special attention. What about those that could go ahead faster than the rest? And we have to look into this. It's not going to be easy because, well, we always thought if somebody is gifted and he can do his studies in an easy way, that maybe he should, the parents or the community maybe could take care of that, of those children. But I think our system must be developed in a way to develop special programs so that they can come out of our school system in a very special way. The Department's Special Education branch has been working to identify the needs of gifted children. And we will continue that work and expand it in the coming years. So ladies and gentlemen, I might say that we have reached a crossroad and we are pausing now, I guess, to catch our breath and decide which road to follow into the future. That's in the field of education. It goes so fast that we'll have to do it more often, but in the 60s, there was kind of a revolution into education, our education system. We have had some studies in the 70s to rearrange the formulas and the boundaries, but now, because of reform, then we're looking at it again, and I'm sure that Honorable Brenda Robertson will do a good job in her research across the province and will submit some recommendations that will reflect what the teaching profession, different groups, different organizations, like home and school, and the parents, and everybody concerned in education, and that's everybody. I'm sure that we will come up with the most excellent way to get back on track and make sure that we are conserving and keeping our system an excellent system. So now we are going to the age of communication, and we'll have to prepare our children to face that future, and because they will be coming out of our school, including the Minto junior and senior high school, well prepared to face the jobs of the future. So this is a fine building. I want to congratulate the architect, the contractors, everybody who had something to say to the planning of this building. But this is a building. What counts now is what within this building. The teachers, the students, the program. All those of this community who will have to come and the home and school, the parents, everybody's concerned to make sure that this school is really playing the role that the school should play. So we're counting on you. We will work hand in hand with you. I'm sorry that my good friend, the Honorable Wilfred Bishop, could not attend here tonight due to his health condition. I'm sure he would have been delighted to see us. This was a dream of his, and I'm sure that as soon as I'll see him, I'll report it tonight. It was a tremendous night, not only for me, not only for him, not only for the other two members of the House who are here tonight, but for everybody here in Minto. have a great community, and keep it up. You're doing a tremendous job. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. I would like to call Mr. Horace Smith now. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chairman, Honorable Minister, honorable colleagues, worship, honored guests, trustees, teachers, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls. Certainly, I'm delighted to be here and to be taking part in the official opening of this very fine facility. I must confess this is the first time I've been in the building. I came down when it was closed and looked at it, and it was much larger than I had visualized. Certainly when I came inside, it's a great deal to impress one. I certainly agree with the minister that the building is one part, but the education or the teaching and the instruction and the comradeship and all the things that go towards making a complete education most an important part of the facility. I too want to express regrets that colleague, the Honorable Wilford Bishop, wasn't able to be here. I'm sure that part of the reason for the delay in the opening is so that he might be. He is still recovering and from an operation that has not been back in active work or duty yet, but he is improving, and we hear that he likely will be in the legislature to do the estimates of his department, the Department of Transportation, which he heads up so successfully and with appreciation of all people in this province. It's a pleasure to be here with the Minister of Education. He and I have been friends for a number of years. He served as the mayor of DF while I was Minister of Municipal Affairs, and we worked together. He knows now what it was like when he came to me looking for money for things for his municipality, when people come to him looking for schools. Really pleased to be here with my colleague, Mr. McCready, who is part of this district and has a great deal of interest in seeing the further development in another area of District 24. And I know that he will be successful in those undertakings. When I was told that I would be asked for a few remarks, I got out a book that was written by Marjorie Morell just to check on to see what had happened over the years in education, and found a great deal of interest and to read it again. But the first school in this area was built in 1785. Or first school that was organized. And of course there have been a number of schools, great number of schools since that time, and with particular interest that in 1931 the first high school was organized in this community by Marjorie's father and some of the other toll operators in cooperation with several citizens in the village. The first, along with Mr. Taylor, who was then a member of the legislature from the area, was Ben Evans, Harvey Welton, John Henderson, and J.J. Johnson. Ben Evans was also a member of the legislature. And it was interesting that the first class that was graduated in 1934, Doug Flower was one of the graduates who has since been an MLA from this area. Certainly, development of education has come a long way since that, even 1931. Tonight, we are indeed fortunate to be taking part in the official opening of this very lovely structure, and it will serve Minto for a good number, many years, and be enjoyed by, I'm sure, sons and daughters of the students that are here today and even generations after that. We wish the principal and staff continued success in their work. Trustees, I know, will be looking to go on to greater things with other facilities, and I must say, as your representative, I will be pleased to give support in any way I can for the betterment of this community. And thank you very much for inviting me to be here. It's really a pleasure. Thank you.
Now to extend our appreciation to some of the businesses in the area. One of them is the Dame Flower Shop that provided the flowers on the stage, some of them. Also Beaver Foods, who are responsible for the refreshments tonight, and they certainly hope that I was in this afternoon sample a little bit. Also, the Knights of Columbus, I think, deserve a little recognition in the school, too, for their great contributions. And also the RCMP detachment in this area. I guess they've been very involved. Now I'd like to ask Mr. McCready if he would give a few words.